3, 2, 1, go!
I'm clever that way.
I like it! Let's go!
Hey! Jackass, ruining the show here.
What's up, guys? Get your pin number?
I'm vengeance.
Hello, dear viewer. It would appear that, one way or another, you've stumbled across my channel. Welcome, whether you're a veteran or a noob, as the kids say. This video is going to serve as an introduction to my channel, as well as a first attempt at writing a script for one of my videos. I'll be sharing what can be found on my channel, its origins, and explaining the inspiration for this video in terms of its script. So without further ado, let's get into it. God, that sounded cliche. My first videos may not be what you'd expect as an older viewer or a new one. The very first video on my channel is a LEGO Star Wars stop motion video uploaded on April 9th, 2016. The video now boasts a whopping 704 views, the majority of which stemmed from curious cats who dove into the depths of my channel when it initially gained its popularity over a year ago. But we'll get to that. The video was made with the help of an old friend of mine inside a garage. The frame rate of the animation is worse than that of Marvel's Avengers. The voice acting, dare I call it, is embarrassing, and limbs as well as shadows are visible throughout. Needless to say, the video is no longer something I would say I'm exactly proud of. At the time of its release, it gained little traction, and yet I continued to pump out poorly made stop-motion videos as well as stereotypical YouTube challenge videos with my sisters, which I am also not impressed with at this point in my life. I also filmed gaming videos with my sisters and friends. Filmed as in, I put my iPad on top of a Disney Infinity 2.0 box, which was on top of a chair, and recorded the television and our commentary. I wonder if you can actually hear us in those videos. I'm not bold enough to go back and watch them to find out. I also made some book reviews and fan-made music videos using songs from the Disney XD series Milo Murphy's Law. Those weren't good either. Continuing the trend, none of these were very impressive, nor did they gain much traction from anyone who wasn't someone I knew. After uploading a review of a Star Wars comic book on February 24th, 2017, wow, I actually kept going on for longer than I remember. I began work on more content, including action figure reviews and gaming videos, which were all ultimately scrapped due to my lack of fulfillment with the channel, which was due to a lack of attention. I chose instead to focus on school and my life outside of the channel, which led me to quitting YouTube for roughly 3.5 years. Real quick, what's 17 plus 3? Let's see, carry the 0. Oh, it's 20. Oh, shoot!
A SARS-like virus, which has infected hundreds in China, has now reached the United States.
Wait. The breaking news, stay at home, that is the
Wait.
In case you weren't aware, 2020 was, without a doubt, the worst year of my life, just for me personally. I didn't realize it before my forced social hiatus known as quarantine, but my friends and the time I spent with them truly meant the world to me. The classes I went to and the bonds I forged were very important to me, but I guess it's true what they say, that you sometimes don't realize how much something means to you until you've lost it. I took so much for granted, and all my childish innocence and ignorance, privileges which were stripped away from me all of a sudden. Now, I can't exactly recall why, but my father began to encourage me to get back into YouTube. I'm not sure of the reasoning behind it, my memory fails me often nowadays. My apologies. Regardless of the purpose and timing of the suggestion, I would make my grand return to YouTube in terms of content creation because I had already begun to unintentionally build a presence through comment sections alone on October 21st, 2020 with a video creatively titled, "Do Not Watch This Video," in all caps. Yes, nothing will draw in viewers like telling them to avoid you and your content. All the video offered was a silent clip of the beginning of Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up music video, and an improper aspect ratio for YouTube at that. Fantastic. That gained little attention, but I didn't care. My philosophy in regards to my motivation for uploading was hardly a philosophy. I'm just trying to make this sound interesting. Hopefully I'm eloquent. Ooh. I had it in my head at the time that I would upload for me and only me. That stemmed from the fact that all I uploaded at the time was gaming videos sent to the site for my PS4 Pro. Since I had no method of gaining and uploading clean footage such as this back when I only owned older Nintendo consoles such as the Wii consoles, I merely wanted to take advantage of what was, to me, quite novel technology. And if anyone wanted to tune in, I would not be opposed to the idea. I lived a sort of quiet underground life on YouTube. I only uploaded my old gameplay of Kingdom Hearts, Uncharted, Spider-Man, and more that had all been sitting on my digital shelf for weeks and months prior. Ironically, my comments on videos actually gained more attention than my actual videos, and sometimes people would actually subscribe to me only because they agreed with my opinions and perhaps liked my personality? I'm not sure, but I was grateful for those small interactions, of which there are many that year. My first proper gaming video was uploaded on October 4th, 2020, and I would continue to upload such videos, with a few poor attempts at memes smooshed in between, until the fateful date known as December 13th. Or 14th rather, but we'll get to that. So on December 10th, the Game Awards of 2020 were held. I watched the entire show with a friend of mine over the phone, texting back and forth about how boring it was throughout. This obviously meant I was present for the reveal of the next Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighter, which turned out to be Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. As with the rest of the internet, all my shills of gaming, I was very excited for his arrival. After the show, over the following days, there was a thought that kept bouncing around in my head. If there was a time to take advantage of an opportunity on the channel, this must have been it. I figured that if I could upload some kind of meme, it might gain some popularity or attention or something. Although that was never what I wanted to be my primary motivator for uploading videos, I figured it was worth a shot as long as I did not let the idea corrupt me and make me as shallow as some abomination like Jake Paul. You can tell how little respect I have for him because I typed his name without uppercasing it in the script. Scandalous. Anyways, I wound up taking a clip from an episode of Sonic Boom and captioning it Cloud when Sephiroth gets in Smash. Very simple. I uploaded the video at 10 p.m. that day, or night rather, and surprisingly managed to get some sleep. Insomnia. The following afternoon, all my family was gone on a trip, and I was about to start some history homework when I remembered that I had uploaded the darn thing and decided to take a look. Somehow, it had accumulated 50 views, and as I refreshed the page repeatedly, the numbers went up and up. 100, 150, 200, 250. Within a matter of hours, this video was outranking all my previous ones for the past 5 years. How is this happening? Actually, a better question would be why it was happening, because out of all the memes that had surely been flooding the internet at that point surrounding the reveal, people were clicking on mine? It was surreal to say the least. As the adrenaline began to flood my body, I started hearting comments and thinking up new ideas. Again, the idea of strike while the iron is hot was at the forefront of my mind, and so I made more videos, more and more. By the end of the day, I had uploaded a whole 18 videos, nearly all of them getting tens or hundreds of thousands of views. Somehow, I had succeeded. I still don't understand it. I mean, I do from a logical perspective in terms of how the algorithm works and such, but it was very surprising, so that stuns me when I think about it to this day. The next day, I uploaded a bunch more videos, and more the next day. I continued on the same path of uploading memes and gaming videos for about a month until the terrible day that was January 28th, 2021. On this day, the current voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in video games and television, Roger Craig Smith, announced his retirement from the role. He had been voicing Sonic for nearly 11 years at that point. His version of the character was one of the most significant pillars of my childhood, so I was absolutely crushed for the entire day. I had to make something expressing my appreciation, I thought. And then an idea came in my head. A few weeks prior, on January 7th, I made a video called My 2020, in which I summarized my experience in the form of a crappy edit made using my, at the time, crappy editing resources. I figured a similar format would work for a video for Roger, so I worked on it throughout the day. Only a little while before I went to bed, I both proudly and sadly uploaded the video, with the comment section full of heartfelt sentiments directed at Roger and the emotional nature of the video. After this, edits will become a significant part of the channel and still are to this day. Their purpose is to express my emotions from a specific point in my life, all of which have been, so far, from the past 2 years. I'm sure you can imagine why. It helped me get things off my chest without a need for millions of emotional talks with family members or friends. Throughout 2021, I would also hold some live streams on the channel, make a Discord server, and more. The channel truly began to thrive. I continue to upload edits, memes, streams, and such to this day. As I have said on many occasions, the channel provided me with a sense of purpose, having just emerged from a year of depression and existential crises. To be able to put a smile on people's faces and help them when they're feeling down is really just an incredible feeling and blessing that I don't take for granted. So, that's my YouTube origin story of sorts, with some details you might not have known. There's more to me than Sonic, Kingdom Hearts, and Looney Tunes, I assure you. I hope this video was informative and you perhaps enjoyed yourself. Now, enough of the past and on to the future. Specifically, one aspect of the channel, my discussion videos. Depending on the time at which you're seeing this video, I've either uploaded the Spider-Man No Way Home discussion video or I'm still working on it. It's quite the juggernaut in comparison to my standard of 10 seconds per video, so both options are equally probable. Whatever the case may be, I will say now that the video is not at all scripted. The title does not, or perhaps will not, lie. It is a discussion, not a review. There will be no number score present within, and there will be a healthy dose of geeky goodness from an adolescent comic nerd. Although I have stepped up my editing game quite a bit when comparing this beast to my previous discussion videos, including cutting out many awkward pauses in my speech as well as some other details which I will not spoil, it is still just me sharing my thoughts on what I believe can be seen as a slightly messy manner. Between constantly absorbing quality content from other creators and the standards I would like to hold myself to, I would like to do better. This video is entirely scripted, which you may or may not be able to notice depending on my delivery and editing. This is my first crack at something like this, so forgive me if my attempt at organized speech isn't the best it can be yet. This video was intended to be more of an experiment than anything, although it wound up turning into quite the history lesson. But going with the dipping your toe in the water idea, please share it in the comment section or messages app / Discord DMs if you're friends with me, what you thought of this video, the writing, delivery, etc. Although I would very much like any criticism to be constructive, I'm trying to learn so I may grow and improve in this line of work. So if you have any thoughts, opinions, or advice to share, I ask that you please do, and in a respectful manner. I'm not sure of the final length of this video, but either way I would like to say a genuine thank you for watching and giving me your time and attention. It truly means a lot. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and please stay safe. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you guys around.